Hey Tristan, how's it going?
Hey, what's up?
You doing all right?
Yeah, yeah, just got off work.
Oh, awesome. How's the week been so far?
Uh, it could be Friday sooner.
Right. I think that's every week.
Yeah.
And again, I know we're going over your child safety like we spoke over the phone. If I remember correctly, you said you have one son, right?
Yeah, James.
James, awesome. How old's James?
He'll be turning 8 next month.
Oh, awesome. Birthday coming up quick.
Yeah, he's getting big.
So you got him playing in every sport yet, or is he doing Pee Wee? What's he doing?
He is no, he's not in any sports. I tried to get him to sign up for football, and he likes playing freaking Fortnite or whatever more than
Yeah.
going outside. And I was the same way, but my dad made me, go out and play football. So
Yeah, it's a little different times, right?
yeah, I can't get him off the damn iPad.
Yeah, I think that's all kids nowadays. I think when we were growing up, we didn't have such access to it, and things have changed. That we still just kind of getting access to all the major technologies. That's iPhone and all that stuff. But now it's just so accessible that the kids can't get their hands off of them.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have an iPhone until well, I didn't even have a phone until middle school, and it was a flip phone.
Yeah,
It'd take me forever to text people.
yeah, the razors and the sidekicks, right? Those were the good ones.
Yeah, I had that flip sidekick with the
Yeah.
text keyboard.
So I do remember you saying you're from the Houston area, right?
Yeah, born and raised.
Oh, awesome. So I guess most of your family's out here.
I wouldn't say most, but I mean my family's so big. There, a lot of my family is in Houston.
Yeah, no, I have a lot of mine in Texas, kind of spread out between Oklahoma and then some on the West Coast. But again, most of us are here in Texas, so I get to see them pretty often. Are you guys pretty close to your family?
Yeah, pretty close. I also have cousins out in Oklahoma.
Oh, awesome. Where about?
Oh, I have no idea. I don't know.
Right.
I just know they're in Oklahoma.
Hey, well, I get that. I do, with your family in the area, do you have siblings and everything or no?
I have a sister.
Oh, awesome. Older or younger?
It's my older sister. She's actually in the other room taking care of James right now. Not taking care of him, but hanging out with him while
Yeah.
while I'm doing this.
So does she kind of take that load off you a little bit? It's definitely not always the easiest to, without you working, taking care of James, single parent, it's not always the, easiest thing to go about it. I know you got a handful, but it looks like you do a really good job of doing it. I'll tell you that much.
I mean, between my parents and my sister and like my grandparents and my aunts and uncles, if I need someone to watch them or to take them to the park or something, if I got to work late, um, it's pretty easy to get someone in my family to come and take them and do something fun with them.
Yeah. Did your sister have kids as well? Is that kind of, she has some experience there?
Yeah, she's got two.
And so what's your sister's name?
Tiffany.
Tiffany. Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny. My sister's actually, so her husband's sister is actually named Tiffany, if you can believe it.
Huh. I believe it.
Well, what I'll do again, I know we spoke on the phone already, some, again, I'm Parker Powers. So I'm with Global Life, the American Income Division. So I spoke to you about your child safety kit. We'll go over everything regarding that. I have everything set up here. I will say we used to make you come into the office or go out to your house. COVID kind of flipped everything on its head. And so we do it through Zoom now, as you can see. It does make things go by a lot faster. And so just like I said on the phone, I'm not going to take up too much of your time, but let me go ahead and get started and I'll get some things situated. Okay.
All right.
And again, so yeah, I'll kind of tell you exactly why I'm visiting with you, just what I'm going to do. Like I said, my job is I'm going to go over those no cost benefits that's including that child safety kit. And they've already been set up for you. Then I'm going to transition and go over some of those additional benefits that you have to qualify for. The big word there is qualify. Only 6 out of 10 people normally can. They're very exclusive. Again, so our company, American Income, we do not advertise. We only work with, different unions, 20,000 across the whole US. If that's labor unions, credit unions, different associations. I know a lot of people, they'll say, you know, they've liked their unions, they haven't, but they provide the best benefits. That's just one thing we kind of all can agree on. If that's your, you know, your teachers, if that's your police officers, firefighters, carpenters, whatever that may be. The biggest reasoning behind all of that actually is they've had a relationship with us, you know, American Income, for the past 60 plus years. We've been able to localize and hone in on all of their needs on an individual basis. But as you can imagine, you know, they do have me running around like crazy. So we'll go ahead and get started, and we'll jump kind of right into your child safety kit as your first no cost benefit. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. So again, like I mentioned, you know, the Child Safe ID Kit mobile app, they're endorsed by the International Union of Police Associations. I'm sure, you know, you said you got a good amount of your family here in Texas. You know, I'm assuming you know a bunch of families with kids, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know, these stats aren't getting any better. As you know, your phone's always ringing with the Amber Alerts. But, you know, being in Texas, the large state that we are, we actually lead the nation in abductions. And 93% of those children that aren't found in those first 24 hours, they're never found. And so, you know, what that means is that, you know, it tends to be that they've passed, no longer with us. And so what they did is they wanted to create the most comprehensive app of its kind to help find that missing child. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk you through real quick how to download that app so you have access to it, and then walk you through the activation, okay?
All right.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a quick photo of what that app looks like. And I believe you do remember talking about, you're on an iPhone, correct?
Yeah, I'm on iPhone.
Okay, if you want, go ahead and pull up the App Store for me.
Okay.
And then type in Child Safe Kit. And you'll see my screen. It looks just like this.
A little blurry.
Let's see, is that better?
I can see it's blue. Is it the one with the red?
It kind of looks, yeah, the red triangle kind of looks like a stop sign.
Red dot. Yeah. Okay. It's that one.
And you go ahead and just download that for me.
Okay.
And then when you get that downloaded, what I'm going to do is I'm going to provide the activation code for it. And you'll be able to have full access to it. You'll create a brief account, and then I'll give you the activation code, and you'll have full access to it.
Okay. It's downloading right now. It's done downloading.
All right. So what you'll use here is this activation code.
Scan that.
You'll just scan this, and it'll give you complete access.
Okay. It says enter child's information here, child 1, child 2, child 3.
Correct, exactly.
You want me to do that right now?
You do not have to. What we'll do is I'll review everything with you, and then once you're getting your free time, you'll be able to go through and enter all of your children's information, especially for James.
Okay.
And again, you know, really what this app was created to do is I'll kind of give you a quick hypothetical, Tristan. So, you know, if you have James, you guys are, you know, you're walking around Target, Walmart, whatever that may be, and, you know, you're looking at toys or something with James, and you look away for a quick second, and, you know, you look up and James is gone. You can't find him. You're frantic. You look up at the cameras, you know, the top of the ceilings that are hanging down, and you see him on the screen walking out, holding hands with somebody else. In that moment, as a father, not only are your fatherly instincts going to take over, but you're going to be frantic, emotional, a lot of emotions going over you, not knowing what to do. Where is my son going? Who is he with? What do I do? And so in that moment, it's very difficult to remember, you know, that child's height, weight, even their blood type, you know, the list goes on. And so what this app does is at a click of a button, it allows you to have that information immediately sent to your local authorities so they can be proactive, but also effective about helping find your child. And so that's really what it does. You don't have to go through the channels of 911 and kind of jump through hoops to, you know, provide all that information. Click of a button, they have it, they can start looking. You don't wish that upon anybody, but it's better to have the peace of mind and be prepared for the situation than not. And I know, you know, if you can imagine if James went missing, how, I mean, just how important that would be, right?
Yeah, you were talking about the grocery store. We were at the Walmart the other day, and he does this all the time. He'll go hide. And I used to do it as a kid, and I thought it was funny. And now I'm like, I can see why my mom got so mad at me when I would do that. But yeah, I definitely see how that'd be helpful.
Yeah, and again, being endorsed by the International Union Police Association, they actually allow you to refer at least 5 families in for the app. Again, I like to say, if we get this out to 100 families, and I save one child, that's me doing my job. That's why the police union allows us to provide it. I know you mentioned you knew families with children, and we, discussed about your sister Tiffany. Why don't we start with her? I will say, people always want to put down dozens of names. The entire football team, entire PTO. But again, let's just start with the people that are absolutely close with you, that they could have a large impact on. Again, we'll start with Tiffany, and I'm assuming Tiffany has the same last name as you, right?
No, it's actually Slaughter.
Slaughter, okay.
Yeah.
All right, and how many children did you say Tiffany had?
She's got 2.
Okay, and the next person?
Put my uncle down. He's got a daughter,
And his name?
Brandt, Brandt. His last name is McCoy.
All right, and how many children does Brand have?
He's just got 1 girl.
Okay, and the next person?
Put my cousin down, Brett. Same last name as me.
Okay, and how many children does Brett have?
He's got 2 girls.
Okay, and the next person?
Randall or Randy, just put Randy. He doesn't go by Randy.
Randy. Okay, and how many kids does Randy have?
He's got a daughter.
Okay, and the next person?
You can put Harrington. That's actually my brother-in-law's younger sister. She's got 1 kid.
Okay, and so what is Randy's last name?
Lillard, Lillard.
And of course, Carrington's last name?
Slaughter.
Okay. And again, what is a good telephone number for your sister, Tiffany?
You need a phone number?
Correct.
And what is this just for the child safety I need?
Again, so it's for them to have access to the child safety kit, and they'll also have access to the no cost benefits that have already been set up for them. Just again, because of you. And so that allows them to have access to it.
Okay. What are they gonna have to do? Do they just have to do what I'm doing right now?
Exactly what you're doing now. I'll personally reach out to them on a phone call. Again, only after you've communicated to them that they will be getting a call from me and that they would like me to call, and want access to it. It'll be a brief phone call, the same that I did for you. Schedule a meeting and then be able to, offer them those benefits.
Okay. Yeah, hers is 281
Okay.
731
Okay.
8330.
Okay. And a good number for your Uncle Brent?
I have to look at my phone. I only have like hers and my mom memorized.
I don't think anybody remembers numbers anymore.
713
Okay.
882
Okay.
7379
Okay. And then for your cousin Brett?
281 896
896
2395
2395. And then for Randy?
832 390
Okay.
9910.
9910. And then for Carrington?
Not sure. Oh, yeah, I do. 713
Okay.
594
594
3080.
3080. Okay. And like I mentioned, Tristan, just shoot them a text. Let them know that I'll be calling them personally. And again, as long as they want access to it, I'll be able to provide that. Okay.
Okay.
And so again, Tristan, your next no cost benefit is the AIL Plus discount card. And again, with what you do through work, how are your benefits?
Like my health insurance?
Oh yeah, just the benefits you provide normally through work.
Honestly, I I don't know. I've never used them, so I don't know. I just pay for them.
Kind of the same umbrella of covers that everyone gets.
Yeah, they could be good. I don't know. I don't normally go to the hospital. I'm pretty healthy.
All right, well, I will say one thing, you will absolutely love this. I'm definitely sure by now, you definitely know you can't rely on your group benefits. You don't control them. And of course they can change anytime. So what this no cost benefit does, it actually provides you up to 85% discounts on things like dental, vision, prescription drugs, even hearing aids, telemedicine, like chiropractic services. The list really goes on. To give you a better idea of what all of that provides, I'm actually going to share my screen with you here, so you can see it. And so those, of course, are more of what the discounts will be provided. Again, your membership does require an annual renewal. It's again at no cost to you. So we'll just kind of let you know when it's time to renew. You really won't even have to think about it. We walk through the entire process. It's really funny because people always tell me that they don't see themselves using it. They don't think they're going to use it, but find themselves using it all the time. Again, I think we all like saving money, but at no cost to you, it's nice to have that peace of mind. So the next couple of days, you will receive an activation code through email. So just make sure you're on the lookout for that. Okay, Tristan?
Okay, and yeah, I don't really go to the hospital or doctor a lot, but what if, like, my son has glasses, is that gonna be like save money on glasses?
Yes, that is one of those discounts will of course be for going to the eye doctor. And as you can see on your screen, the list really goes on. A lot of things are medical based, but like I mentioned, it can be dental, vision, prescription drugs, hearing aids, telemedicine, even something as a chiropractor. So the list really is expansive and allows you to take discounts from many different things.
How much does this cost?
It's no cost benefit. It's already been set up for you.
Okay, yeah, all right. I mean, I might as well. I don't have to pay for it.
Right, and everyone loves, as long as you can save money, I think we all like to in today's time.
What was the name of it again?
It is the AIL Plus discount card.
Is it an actual card or is it the app that I was looking at?
It is. So I know the card makes it, but it's actually the app. If you want, you can go to the app store for me real quick.
Okay. Yeah, I already typed it in. It's the AIL Plus.
Yeah, the plus is in green.
Yeah.
And so if you will download that for me. And then of course, once you receive the email activation, it will walk you through the process of how to activate the app and have access to all those discounts. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions?
No.
Awesome. So your final no cost benefit is actually your accidental death and dismemberment certificate. It looks just like this. Can you see that? Okay. I know Zoom doesn't always pick the easiest thing to see.
Yeah, good enough.
And so what this is, of course, for you, Tristan, it's a living benefit. It'll pay you $2,000 for the loss of one hand, 1 foot, or sight in one eye, or double that amount, or $4,000 for the loss of any two. Again, it's also a death benefit. It'll pay you $4,000 should you die accidentally. I will say, I know that $4,000 does not seem like a lot of money, and it's not in this world. It just really isn't. But if something were to happen to you, your paycheck, your income, it goes with you. That can definitely not only put a crunch on your budget, but also put James in a scenario where he's lost your income, being able to take care of himself through you. So I think you can definitely understand how this could help, right?
Yeah, I guess.
And again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to email you the certificate for your records. And so you'll receive the green certificate also in the mail. Just make sure you fill it out completely. As I showed you, it's very brief. Tear this bottom half off, put it into your PO box at the top. Excuse me, send it to the PO box at the top. Put it in your mailbox, and you'll be conditionally covered from then on out. Okay.
Okay. I don't think I'm gonna get that one because I have that through work. I've got a policy through work, and I don't want to I don't know what that would mean for my work stuff because I already have a policy like that. I probably don't need that one.
Yeah, and again, so it's not a policy. It's actually a certificate. There is no overlapping. They actually go hand in hand with what you are provided through your work. What it is, it's basically a gift of that $2,000 to $4,000 range that provides you substantial income if something were to happen to you to help take care of James. I know, like we discussed, earlier, if something were to happen, you definitely want James to be taken care of the best his ability. What you provided through work is just a huge bonus on top of this. It allows to combine the two and have even more coming out, especially if they are providing an accidental death and dismemberment certificate. So it allows you to pile up and have more of your money to be able to use for your income or other bills if something were to happen to you, especially for James' sake. Does that make sense?
Okay, so this isn't a policy?
No, this is not a policy. It's considered a certificate.
Okay, all right, fine. That's cool.
And again, at no cost, they're basically handing you $4,000.
Yeah, I mean, if I die in an accident.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But again, and also, if you lose, one hand, one foot, side, and one eye, or again, either of the two, you really never know. It's better to have a safety net than nothing at all, right?
Yeah, I guess I'll take $1,000 if I lose a hand.
Right. Anything can definitely help. One last thing on here, I do need 2 emergency contacts. That's if the event, you were to die in a common accident. It is very wise that they do live in our state. They're above the age of 18, and they do not live within your home. Tristan, who would you like your first emergency contact to be?
Probably my mom.
And her first name?
Stephanie. Stephaine.
And is that Miller as well?
Yeah.
Okay, and then of course your second emergency contact.
Oh, just you can put my sister.
Tiffany?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have Tiffany's number here. What is a good telephone for your mother?
281
Okay.
731
All right.
9392.
9392. And again, that's Stephanie, Stefani, or with PH?
PH.
Okay. Always like to clarify. So one last thing as well, you will need our local office number, just so you can know who to call in the event of a claim. Again, are you near your phone?
Yeah, that's right.
So our number, whenever you're ready, just let me know.
Go ahead.
It's 832 327 0800.
0800.
And this is just so your family gets some money that they're entitled to. I will be calling, of course, your mother, Stephanie, and Tiffany as well. I will be calling Tiffany as well in regards to the child safety kit, but also for the emergency contact information, just so they know what to do in the event of a claim. That is me calling personally. Like I mentioned for Tiffany, Brett, Randy, and Carrington, reach out to your mother again, just so they know that I'll be giving them a call and they have access to this because of you. Okay.
Okay.
And now, Tristan, that policy, it is just on you, your AD&D. But the second part of this benefit, you can extend to your closest family members and friends, no cost to you, no cost to them. So like how this works is, let's say, God forbid, something would happen to your mom, Stephanie. She were to die in an accident. That $2,000 policy, just like yours, pays out to her family, no cost to you, no cost to your mom. All you're doing is you're just kind of giving them the option to take advantage of that, just as you are right now. The ability to do that, though, is tied to my visit with you today. That is because of your enrollment period. So it is important. Don't prejudge anyone's situation. Kind of let them decide for themselves. They do give you $20,000, if you can believe it, worth of this benefit, which means you can extend it up to 10 families. Now, obviously, Tiffany and your mother, Stephanie, are already contacting and going to be taken care of. They're automatically included. Now, that does leave you with 8 more spots. I know you mentioned you had a lot of family in the area. Let's get this out to them.
I mean, I don't really know of anyone.
And
this is just this is like the certificate, the $2,000 certificate.
Exactly. You're basically gifting them $4,000. That's what I like to describe it as. It's kind of a gift from you to them.
Put Jack down.
Okay. And the next person?
Jack. It's a different Jack.
Okay. And the next person?
Put Troy down.
Okay.
Troy.
And the next person?
Aiden.
Okay.
Put Connor down.
Okay.
How many of these do you need?
They give you 8 spots that you can fill.
How many do I have?
You have 3 left.
Put Jackson.
Okay.
And then Keegan.
Keegan. And your final spot?
Oh, Hunter.
And what is Hunter's last name?
Benark. It's Bednarek. It's pronounced Benark.
And a good telephone for Hunter?
832
Okay.
282
282
2778.
2778.
Yeah.
And Keegan's last name?
Crawford.
And a good telephone for Keegan?
713
713
459
459
4428.
4428. And last name for Jackson?
Heinrich. HEINRICH.
And a good telephone for Jackson?
281
281
608
608
2971.
2971. And last name for Connor?
Kinner. KINNER.
And a good telephone?
832
832
459
459
6131.
6131. And a last name for Aiden?
Rodriguez.
And a good telephone?
713 575 7471.
Okay. And then Troy's last name?
Prenat. PRENATT.
And a good telephone?
281 415 5651.
5651. And then for the second Jack, good last name?
Sparkman.
And a good telephone?
832 389 6167.
And then for the first Jack,
Roe. ROE.
good telephone?
832 245 4858.
4858. Okay. And again, Tristan, just as we're going through something, like I've mentioned, make sure, you give these families the no cost benefits. Just give them a call or a text, a complete heads up. Just let them know I'll be calling them personally. I'll be calling them within the next 24 to 48 hours. As long as they have a heads up, they tend to be really happy about it. But if I do call them and they don't know why I'm calling, who I'm calling, what I'm calling for, they get confused or they can end up being upset with not only me, but the both of us. So please just let them know. Tristan, would you mind making sure you can do that for me?
Yeah, I'll let him know. I'll send him a text.
Okay. And again, so what I'm going to do now, Tristan, is we're actually going to jump into reviewing those exclusive benefits. These, like I mentioned, you have to qualify for. They're highly exclusive. All the families I do talk to and our members love this part of the program. It's why we work with 20,000 different groups. It's why they handpicked us to handle their permanent, but also, portable benefits. And we've been doing it for the past 60 plus years. And so what we'll start with is actually your needs analysis software. So Tristan, the reason most people, they don't have the right coverage is as simple as they don't know what they need. So in a few minutes after I review this with you, you'll definitely know exactly where you're at. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions to get an idea of where you are. Before I do, let me show you my license here in Texas, just so you know that I'm a professional to handle these kind of benefits here in our state, okay?
Okay.
Can you see that okay?
Oh, you're in the Woodlands?
Yeah, I am. So not too far at all.
Yeah, no, like 30 minutes.
So again, as you can see, I am a licensed professional here in Texas. Again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you 3 preliminary qualification questions to review with you, just to make sure you can even have access to the survey, okay? The first one here is you must be a member of an authorized group or sponsored in by someone who is. You are, there's a check by that box. The second, you have to have an active checking account or bank with a credit union. Tristan, do you have an active checking account or bank with a credit union?
Yeah, I bank with Texas Bay Credit Union.
Okay.
I think that's what it's called.
And the last one here is anyone in your household, including you and James, being diagnosed with COVID-19? And if so, when?
No, I never tested positive for it.
Okay, everyone's been healthy?
Yeah,
Okay. And Tristan, just so I can get this information in for the survey, what is your birthday?
May 11th, 2000.
Also, just had a birthday.
Yeah, I think it was a couple days ago. I say I think, I don't really
Yeah.
celebrate my birthday like that. I was at work.
I know work never stops, does it?
No.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna skip through these videos real fast for you. Don't want to make you watch them. And we'll get jumping right into your, of course, your needs analysis survey.
Due to the value.
Do you have any questions so far as I've been going through this?
I mean, I'm pretty
Since
sure,
birth.
I know, this is like life insurance, right? Or some sort of insurance.
Yes, correct.
Okay, no,
And again, I do want to ask you these health questions first to make sure you can continue to go through with the survey. We'll start here. Any internal cancer in the past 2 years, Tristan?
no,
That's not breast, colon, pancreatic, uterine.
no cancer.
Any diabetic or any insulin?
No,
Cardiovascular disease, heart attack, stroke, peripheral vascular disease?
no, I'm like, I'm healthy. I don't have any problems. I don't have any diabetes or heart problems or anything like that.
Okay, just a couple more questions here. And currently you're not using oxygen, right?
Oh, no, like out of the tank?
No.
No,
Terminal illness?
no.
Alzheimer's?
I don't think so.
Any tobacco the last 12 months?
Tobacco,
Tobacco or any nicotine products?
like at all in the past 12 months?
Yes, at all.
I mean, I vape, but it's not tobacco, but I've smoked like a couple cigars.
Okay. And are you currently on probation or parole?
Not yet.
Arrested or convicted of a DUI?
Nope.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you a couple questions that we'll need for the survey to run. The first one is kind of the biggest concern for families coming into this is when they kind of go through handling all these concerns, is always affordability. They have it set up where it's based on a 1 hour's wage per week. To just make sure everything's accurate here, what's a ballpark figure of your monthly income?
After, like before or after taxes?
After.
I think like 1,400 a week. 15, like 6 grand.
6,000.
Yeah.
And again, I know it's not like a dinner time conversation that you're probably sitting around or even talking with James about, or even your sister Tiffany. But have you decided or even discussed on a earth burial or of course a cremation?
I haven't discussed anything, but I'm sure my family would love to have a funeral, because I mean, it's not really for me, it's for them.
Okay.
And I'll probably end up having a funeral.
That the traditional funeral.
Yeah, I mean, it really just depends. I might have a cremation, but I don't think. Actually, it probably will be a cremation, because my mom wants to get cremated. I think my dad does too. And I don't want anybody to go to a funeral and be all sad. I'd rather them spread my ashes on a bonfire or something and just let me float up,
Okay. Yeah. And we'll mark that here. And now, Tristan, I do see a lot of families. Some of them do have life insurance outside of work. Because of course you do know what happens with your group benefits. You don't control them. They can change at any time, can be canceled. Do you have any life insurance outside of work?
I had life insurance outside of work, but I got rid of it. Not even not even 2 months ago.
Okay. And of course, do you get death benefits through work?
I'm sure I get some sort of life insurance through work. I haven't, like I said, I haven't looked at it. I mean, I just picked the lowest amount for them to take out of my check.
Okay, yeah. So they let you pick them out, or you didn't? Did you get what everyone else got?
I think I let my coworker set it up for me.
Okay.
I mean, it's all temporary anyways.
And again, correct. It is all temporary for the most part. It tends to be term or accidental. Also, are you currently renting or owning your home?
Owning right now, I've got a mortgage on it.
And just so I have an idea, what do you tend to be the balance on the mortgage?
Like what's remaining on it?
Correct.
Probably like 250,000 left.
Okay. And do you remember the interest rate?
I have no idea. I think it was I think it was like 5%. I think it was, yeah.
Okay. And how many years do you have remaining on your mortgage? Was it a 30-year loan?
Yeah, I've still got 27 years on it.
27 years?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And again, we have everything in here. Just so I can get those no cost benefits out to you, Tristan, what's a good email for you?
Tristan Miller 0511 @gmail.com.
And a good telephone?
281-881-4225.
And your address.
It's gonna be I don't know why my mind just went blank. Wow, I have to look it up. That's crazy.
Hey, it's okay. You are in Houston, correct?
I'm in Spring. It is 1600 Springwoods Plaza Drive.
And the zip code?
I don't know why my mind's gonna blank. I think it's 77389. Let me make sure that.
Okay.
Yeah, 77389.
Okay, awesome. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this generate, just so we can have a idea of exactly where you're at. Again, like I said, if the software does find gaps, it will of course communicate that. If not, then it will not ask for anything. It will not provide anything. It's all based on the questions that you answered. So we'll kind of see what comes in. I'm gonna jump over this video for you real fast.
Should you?
I mean, do the videos explain like what you're about to show me?
No, most of the videos are just informative on how the process is going. Nothing really in regards to your benefits.
Okay, yeah, you can skip over.
And of course, they do have a mandatory read-off letter that they do want me to go over with you. I will say, again, oh, wow, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so it does look like the needs nows did find some gaps in your coverage. But again, I have this mandatory read-off letter that I need to go over with you. It just explains how the enrollment process works. So interesting, truthfully, between you and me, instead of reading this entire, 11-point font thing to you, let me just summarize it for you. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
All right, so Tristan, basically kind of what it's saying is, if I'm going through these, you're kind of agreeing, you're nodding your head, thinking, these are some great benefits. You definitely understand when we work with 20,000 different groups, why everyone's really doing it. I'll go ahead and I'm going to ask you to apply today. On the flip side, if you don't see the need, you don't see that it's filling a gap for you and your family. Again, I'm not going to ask you to apply. I'll actually ask you to do the opposite. Again, I got no dog in the fight. I can't make you do anything. You just do what you want with that information. But again, either way, yes or no, that decision does need to be made today. That's just, of course, during your servicing period, in fairness to all of our other members waiting to enroll. You will see, what we did. We just set it up to be an easy no-brainer. If that's going to be an easy yes, an easy no. Does that all make sense?
Yeah.
Any questions so far? Anything that I can clarify?
basically what you're saying is I have to say yes or no today.
Correct.
No, seems pretty self-explanatory.
Okay, so whatever you do decide to do, they do want you to give me an opinion in a Google review, which it's sort of like my report card. I try to get 5 stars every time. So it's important just to stop me if you have any questions, any concerns that I can answer for you. Tristan, does that make sense?
Yeah,
And you promise to stop me if you have any questions?
yeah, I'll say.
Okay. What we're going to do now is we're actually going to review, of course, the list of concerns. So, as you know, over the years, we go through contract negotiation, benefit changes at work, it's give and take. Lately, since we're paying a lot more, we're getting a lot less. So the company's a labor advisory board of 50 international union presidents whose main job is, of course, to provide the best wages and benefits for their members. So from all their feedback, along with feedback from members just like you, they came up with a common list of concerns that apply to working families, singles, and individuals that, of course, they're either union or not. And so that first concern, what I'm going to share with you, it's right here. Give me 1 second here. So Tristan, it has to do with your funeral and final expenses. Tristan, have you ever dealt with a funeral before?
I've been to funerals. I've never dealt with, like setting it up or anything.
And the ones you attended, have those been family members, relatives, friends?
Yeah, family members.
Was that process smooth? How did it go?
I mean, from what I could tell, it was pretty smooth. Most of my family members were either in the military or, so they got like the VA paid for their funeral or they got cremated. Besides from them dying, yeah, it was pretty smooth.
Yeah, well, I will tell you that's great to hear. Most people I speak to, it's not that case. Tristan, do you know on average how much a funeral costs here in Texas?
Looks like $14,000.
Yeah. Well, again, it's right on the money. It costs anywhere from $14,000 to $20,000 after, transportation, flowers, opening and closing the casket, food and beverages afterwards. The list really goes on. And so funeral homes tend to want, their money up front. So families have to come out of pocket for those expenses. And that's a major concern for our single members. The next year has to do with your home. Of course, where you and James live. 9 times out of 10, Tristan, what do you think happens to the home when a breadwinner like yourself passes or gets extremely injured?
In my case, my family would probably sell it.
Right, you lose the home, you have to refinance, you sell for pennies on the dollar. Your biggest asset turns into your biggest liability. And so, basically, if it's not protected, you have nothing for your children, especially James, to have their home. And if that concern is not handled, it's very, very big issue and a problem for single members. The next year, Tristan, is co-pays, deductibles, and lost wages. So, with how your benefits are, when was the last time you've seen the doctor's office parking lot?
Probably a couple of years ago when I broke my collarbone.
Right, and correct me if I am wrong, but tell me that parking lot, it's not looking great. It looks like a foreign car show over there, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Right, and I think they're doing just fine. And so, if you're not, working, you're injured and you're not able to, do anything, what are you not making, Tristan?
Money.
Exactly, Tristan, if you're not making money, but do those bills stop coming every month? Can you not, support James and things if you're not making anything? No, they don't, and you end up having to, not have your wages coming in. And that's a major, major concern for single members. The next year has to do with cancer. Tristan, according to the American Cancer Society, between you and me, it's a 1 in 2 chance. One of us is getting it. We've all known someone who's dealt with it. Cancer, in the word, we don't even like talking about it. It's just not something anyone wants to deal with. We do live in the United States. It's the leading cause of bankruptcy is medical expenses. And so, people normally don't think of cancer until they have it, and it's something you want to be prepared for. And it's a major, major issue for our single members with things that get caught up unexpected. The next here is, your work benefits. You don't own them, Tristan. You don't control them. They can change anytime. You can get laid off, retired, move on, change jobs. The list goes on. You don't have access to them completely. You don't own them. They're not permanent. They're not portable. You can't make adjustments. They can change. And so if you do change jobs, you and James lose those benefits. You don't have access to them. Unexpectedly, that puts you at a huge, huge risk for, not only yourself, but also James. And that's a big concern for single members. The next here, of course, is affordability. That's the biggest concern. It's usually just way too expensive. I sit down with people making $7 an hour. Some are making $77 an hour. Some of these are working their ton of overtime. Some, of course, are working, they're retired, they're laid off. Regardless of the situation, they wanted this to be affordable for everyone. Simple as that. So the way they set this up is, I'll kind of give you a quick example, Tristan. Let's just say, everything's going great at your office, right? Your boss comes up to you, tells you, business is booming. We're actually going to start paying you guys an extra hour a week. We're going to give you 41 hours instead of 40. We'll say you work 40 hours a week, give or take. Now, Tristan, with that extra hour, are you going to tell James he's not going to be able to, play into his sports or go buy him a new Fortnite game? Or, of course, you're going to have to change your phone bill?
No, probably not.
Right? Of course not. And on the flip side, are you going to, let's say, you go into work, your boss is like, man, we don't want to lay anybody off. But, instead of that, we're going to let you guys go an hour early on Fridays. We'll give you, 39 hours instead of 40. Now, with that less hour, are you going to tell James, hey, we're going to have to get rid of Netflix. We might lose the home, might have to move into an apartment. I don't know if you even want to play football next season, because if you're getting into that, we're going to even allow be able to afford it.
No.
No, right? Exactly. Now, the biggest idea there is that 1 hour, Tristan, it's not going to change you and James's lifestyle. Daily, yearly, monthly, not at all. So that's why they set it up this way. So what I'm going to do is just let me show you how we're going to take care of these concerns in an affordable and effective manner. And so as I mentioned, Tristan, it helps if I use an illustration to kind of go over this with you. Just so you have a better idea of seeing it visually. So again, you're making, of course, $6,000 a month, give or take, after taxes.
Yeah.
So that's about $1,500 a week. Now, of course, give or take, that 1 hour difference, we got $1,475. So again, let's just say, we'll call job A here on the left, and we'll call that job B on the right. So, your job A here on the left, it's your normal group benefits. You're making that $1,500 per week. Well, let's say like another job opens up, that's job B here on the right. Same group benefits, same coworkers, same responsibilities, same absolutely everything. Only difference is the income. So instead of that 1,500, you're making the 1,475. Again, that's about 1 hour's difference. Now, like you said before, that's not going to change anything. So what they did is they took that 1 hour, which did not mean much, and applied it to something that is extremely necessary and something that would, which is handling all these concerns, in a simple but straightforward way. And so the first thing that it is offering you here, Tristan, has to do again with your funeral and final expenses. And so that has to do again, looks like it is offering you $30,000 for your funeral and final expenses.
I can't see that.
Can you not see it?
Okay, never mind.
Sometimes it takes a second to load in. So this has to do with, basically you'll have 100% chance you'll use this. The freedom of choice certificate, it'll take care of the financial burden just so your family does not have to. The FOC has already been set up with every funeral home. And so your freedom of choice, it's worth $30,000. The funeral director will simply call the number on the front. They'll contact us. We'll ask how much is the funeral. We'll pay out to that. Again, anything left over is going back to your family tax-free completely. James will have access to all of it. Now they are using a permanent fund to take care of your freedom of choice. That way it's just a win, not an if situation. So when your family needs it. Again, on the worst day of, your life, especially having James being left there alone, I know this can make it a lot easier on him and also your family. And again, right now, you don't have anything in place. Excuse me. So the next thing that it is offering you, Tristan, is of course your mortgage protection. What it's given you here is $250,000 worth of mortgage protection. Now, that is a very large sum. Again, besides people's income, the people that they want secured, it's their home. That's exactly why the benefit software recommended just mortgage protection for you. Like I said, it's giving you $250,000 of coverage for you. Tristan, statistically, if you were to die in your working years, it's probably not going to be to a health issue, like a stroke, heart attack, probably due to some sort of accident. So this is funded by an accidental death benefit, just to save you money. Again, right now with your current job, they aren't going to pay for your home. They ain't going to pay for your mortgage. So when something happens, this program will. And of course, the next thing here, Tristan, that it is offering, is your A71 package. What this is, it's $100 every time you step foot into a hospital, $200 for the overnight stay, or $400 for being in the ICU. And so, like I kind of said before, those health insurance and your group benefits, they're great. They don't cover everything. And so, like I said, the program pays you up to $100 every time you go into a doctor, urgent care, hospital for any kind of accident, injury. It's a bump, sting, bruise, it does not matter. Or of course, if you're overnight, it'll pay you $200 per day, or double that for the intensive care, the $400. So kind of give you an example, if you're in the hospital overnight for 5 days, you're getting $1,000 tax-free. Considering you're not working, you're not making money, that money will definitely help take care of your bills. And, on top of that, you'll get $10,000 for the loss of one hand, one foot, or side and one eye, or double that, $20,000 for any two. And the last part of that benefit provides an additional $20,000 to $100,000 of accidental death benefit, depending on the type of accident. And again, as you can see now with your current job, nothing is taking care of that. Again, and your final things here, that is what the course, the software is offering you, Tristan. Your accidental death benefit, it did not find a need for what you have. And so again, this is what, of course, you'll be able to have access to. And so can you see that okay, Tristan?
Yeah. So I thought there was a third part for that, it said 20 to 100,000.
Correct. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't list that here, Tristan. That is your $100,000 accidental death benefit.
Oh, okay.
And again, unlike your group benefits, Tristan, you can lose those. These are permanent, portable. So if you leave your job, retire, leave the union, you keep them. They're yours. In addition, if you're in a qualified layoff, these will cover you for 3 months. Qualified strike cover you up to 12 months. This way, you and James, you don't lose the benefits when you really need them the most. And again, the best thing is you never got to pay them back. And so, again, I have reviewed everything with you, Tristan. I'm sure you can see why 20,000 different groups chose this program above all others. And why more families than the other company, have our program. That's because of the value and really the full circle protection. So, if you can look at it, Tristan, it's offering you close to $500,000 worth of benefits for about 1 hour's wage. Now, with your current job, there's no guarantee that your family will receive anything at all. And so, Tristan, if I had to ask you going to work tomorrow, you got to pick job A there on the left or job B there on the right. Which one are you taking?
Job B.
Job B. Exactly. That's what everybody says. I told you it's a complete no-brainer. And so again, everyone does want these benefits, Tristan, but not everyone can access them. Like I mentioned before, I do have to get you qualified. So let me run you through these health questions and make sure you can even qualify, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Tristan, so I'm not an underwriter, but based on what I'm seeing here, it does look like I should be able to get you qualified for the benefits. And so, of course, this is based on a, 1 month deduction. Computerized deduction, of course, this does provide you the discounted rate. Again, I'm assuming you probably have done the math by now, but for all of those benefits, it's about $37 a week, or of course, $150 a month. This can be held anytime between the 16th and the 25th of the month. Which date's best for you?
Do I have to do this today, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. You said it was how much?
150, about $37 a week.
I'd love to do this. I just got rid of my other life insurance. It was a little more expensive, but I don't think I'll be able to do this right now. Can I just save your number, and then whenever I'm ready, can I just call you back and do another enrollment?
Yeah, just you definitely can. And you'll have my number either way once this call ends. Just so I understand where you're coming from, I believe we're kind of on the same page. I just want to have a better understanding to kind of hear where you're coming, from, and kind of your backstory about it, for your reasoning. What is, if you could just provide some context for me, so I have a better idea of what you mean at the moment for not being able to go through with it.
Honestly, just a little expensive. I just wouldn't be comfortable with $150 a month.
Well, hey, Tristan, again, I think you do see the need for the benefits and how great they are.
Oh yeah, I see the need. Everybody should have them. It's just not a good time right now.
Yeah, and Tristan, I totally get it. Now listen, the reason we call it the needs analysis software is because it's designed to expose your coverage and financial needs. Listen, the goal of this is to take care of your concerns without breaking the bank. Look, I'm here to help you. I'm not here to hurt you. And so job B, as you explained, is what the software has set up on the basic program based on your income. Now, I know you mentioned that that 1 hour's wage is not going to change anything for your lifestyle for you or James, and you'd pick job B with the blink of an eye. So, just so I can help you out the best way I can, at the moment, you're saying that $150 per month will not fit in the budget, right?
Right, yeah, that wouldn't fit in the budget.
Okay, well, no worries. Now, listen, Tristan, as you remembered earlier, I told you that regardless of a person's situation, they want to make this affordable for everyone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what we're going to do is just make a few adjustments for now, just to get started. And later down the road, you own the program. You can make whatever changes you like, if you want to. Now, the main thing is just to make sure we get you in on the program while keeping it comfortable. And so, Tristan, just as simple as taking your freedom of choice benefit, your final expenses, down to 15,000. And of course, doing your income protection down to, of course, excuse me, your mortgage protection down to a term. Christian, we can get it down to $134.30. And I know that 150 wasn't too comfortable. Is after that adjustment, does that make it more feasible for you and James?
I mean, that's not really much of an investment. $130 compared to 150. I get, and I'm not trying to be mean. I get you're trying to help me, but that's not really, if that's the adjustment that we can get in at, that's not gonna work. So I don't think I can afford this program right now. I wish I could. I mean, it seems like obviously I'm a single dad with a son, and he'd be taken care of by like my parents and my family. He would definitely be fine, but I'd rather not put that on them. So I definitely do plan on getting this set up. It's just not affordable right now.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Tristan. First of all, I'm glad you can provide that context for me, have me get a better idea of what you're communicating. What I can do, from my understanding, I believe the mortgage protection is the biggest concern for you to have in place. If something happens to you, you definitely want your home to still be able to take care of James. And so, what we can do is take your final expenses, your freedom of choice, down to $10,000. Still get you in all the benefits, take your mortgage protection down to $150,000. And Tristan, that leaves you with everything still covered. Your A71, freedom of choice, final expenses, mortgage protection, terminal illness, everything connected for as little as $85. And now, Tristan, again, that give or take is about $20 a week. Is that more comfortable for you?
Yeah, I guess that's a little more comfortable. It's only $20 a week.
Correct, $20.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I guess.
Okay, and so, Tristan, so, almost everyone does take advantage of this program. It's exactly because of the value. The cost is very small compared to the many benefits. So it is very rare, but sometimes a member does cancel. This could be a week, a month, or a year later. And we end up seeing the same people the next service period, either 2 or 3 years later. And, they're upset, they can no longer get further ahead than what they were. Most people end up wanting to reapply for the benefits. Problem is now that, things are more expensive because they're older. Worse yet, they can't even have access to them because they can't qualify because health has changed. The point is, this is not a short-term fix. So it's a long-term solution for you and James. And the longer you're in the program, the more valuable it is. So again, this $85 a month, if it's uncomfortable for you right now, we can fix it while I'm here. But again, how does everything still feel?
I think I can do 85 a month.
Okay, well, good. Then please just make sure to, keep this important program in place for you and James. The next time that I speak to you, you'll be really happy that you did. Okay.
All right.
All right, Tristan. Well, thanks so much. It was great talking to you. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
You too, man.